was for grand finals in the tournament.
This is what you call a game.
Yeah, it was like half of G2's roster and half of FaZe's.
Yeah. All right. So we've gone through one. We've gone through this once before, so I don't have to do too many introductions.
Yeah.
This is the losers finals of a tournament.
This is grand finals.
Grand finals, actually, just the grand finals of a tournament.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So we're gonna start off with 4 times speed about and go through it really fast.
Yep.
It's supposed to be following you. There we go. I think it worked. Well. Interesting. Scary stuff. Oh no. You're just in there. Yeah. Okay. Game's kind of slowed down. Nope, just kidding. Might be because it's 4 times speed, but this game did look like it was going really fast. You guys are just getting flown on, and you guys are getting kills, but also dying, and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. For sure. Pretty sure we bring this game pretty close.
Yeah,
actually.
this looks like it right here. Yep, everything just becomes simple for you because they just run at you and die. It's the classic, and then you just go throw for some reason. Okay. Oh yeah, lots of things to talk about. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to open up TAC maps because I've got some big no-nos about areas that you don't want to be.
Okay.
That seems like you liked to hover at. Alright, TAC maps.
Not gonna lie, we were pretty excited that we did that well.
No, that looks very reasonable, and it was a lot closer to winning than it might have felt.
That's why I wasn't sure if I wanted to use this one or not because it felt like it was kind of close. So but I'm excited actually. I'm excited to look at this.
All right, so I generally can you see TAC maps?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay, so I generally have places that you just cannot be as the tower sided team. So I'm gonna draw a box. Generally, probably around here. Yep, and then just say around here. So you can be in the blue zone.
Okay.
Anytime that you leave this blue zone, you are not getting any help that you need. Your kills just aren't going to pop up. Everything's going to go bad. Unless you're better than the other team.
Okay.
Is how I generally put it. There are there are teams that succeed, not listening to anything that I'm saying here.
Right.
Their team this team specifically did this to you, right? And it didn't matter what they did because they're really strong players, and so they can just run at you a bunker. But generally, my philosophy on this game is that I guess this can be extended a little bit like this. So if you want to take a route, generally I would say take a line outside here because it gives you the option of not taking a battle. And I know it looks counterintuitive. Mm-hmm. It's just the idea if you make an OB push, like a dummies to OB push, you want to go this way because if you go this way, you're just gonna die. People can come and fight you, and then they can run back away. And you can never really kill them. But by going to this spot, right here, you can kind of have this line of sight towards this way without being in danger of dying.
Okay.
Is how I've noticed things, and it's kind of the same thing in bunker. If you try to go pillars to white wall to top mid, this is absolutely terrible. Players can then come out big door and fight you, go through bottom mid and fight you, or just like not care that you're pushing because who's gonna help you in this
Right.
push? Like your teammate can try to go through top mid, but they're just gonna be so slow because they can come around here. And yeah, the last thing was the top mid push. I don't think I saw you make any in this game, but
I can't remember if I did or not.
yeah,
To tell you the
but
truth.
but going through top mid here, it's so just devastating because the second that you get
Yeah.
spotted, you get stopped. Someone can come up here. You know, if you have
Yeah.
to fall through bottom mid, that's their territory. That's not yours.
I mean, even in matchmaking, I don't even like to touch top mid just
Yeah,
because I feel like it's always a gamble on which side I'm gonna get like poked from.
yeah. Top
If I
mid just
move.
seems terrible. So those are all like those are all the spaces that I just don't go to. This is
Okay.
Stronghold, Slayer, Oddball. If you're the tower team, the other side of the map, like if you can flip it around, we'll just erase the map by doing this. Oh my god, this whole time I haven't been streaming to Discord or to oh god. I haven't been streaming on stream. This is terrible. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. Alright, so I'll draw that map again a
That's
little
funny.
bit for the stream because this is
Yeah,
it's part of the thing.
no problem.
Do-do-do.
That like route on like taking the wide angle on Obi though, like that's an opening shot that I've like started to take. But like
Mhm.
on like A side, I'll try to like rotate to Obi and get like a wide angle on C flat. Like I don't know if that works both ways. That's just something I've been like working on and just seeing if like that works.
Wide angles seem to be very good in this game.
Okay.
Help condense the enemy team
Mhm.
and give you an opportunity to not die because the second that you die, the second that you trade, everything becomes terrible for your team.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. And we like talked about like trying to delay our first death like as long as possible too, because as soon as that first person dies, like and especially if it's not like a trade, things just become like awkward. And like I used to push through like I caught cuts like shortcuts where
Yep.
the stickies are, and I used to push through there, and I just like more often than not got like no value out of going through there.
Yeah, and so I just want to reiterate to the
Yeah.
stream: go if you're gonna make any pushes as the sided team, make it
Mm-hmm.
through the blue areas. Don't go
Okay.
past the white zones. The red zones are death.
Okay.
And so I noticed it a lot in the game.
Okay.
And so we'll go to the other side.
Sure.
Why did I not just do this again? All right, there we go. So we'll go to the other side and we'll say that there are death zones. So it's generally like you have to make a like how do I put this? So you have to make a team fight happen when you make the pushes. So going past, we'll put white zones at the spots that you can't go past. And I would say generally about here, and then I would say about here. And then sometimes you're going to be able to get out to green without actually like having a team fight happen. You kind of push him back, and you might be able to get like trade 1-for-1 back here, and that's pretty good for your team if you're a bunker team. But
Okay.
then going past like here, you have to time it to where like the team fight starts.
Right.
Now, with all of this said, this game is not, for the most part, a tower game. This is a game of you're not punishing them for making these pushes a lot of the
Right.
time. And so we will talk a lot about how to stop this.
Okay.
So it all comes from the idea that you are standing here or you're fighting here, or maybe even back here. But what you do is you like take this angle to top mid and it lets them bait and switch. So let's say they send 2 white wall up to top mid,
Right.
and the first guy shoots you, the second guy comes in and kills you.
Right.
But if instead you're back here, I guess let's do the red X still. Instead you're back here. No, let's do blue X. That's where I want you to be. When these guys come up to fight you, he shoots you once, and you say, "Okay, guys, they're pushing." That means that no longer do you guys feel the need to come here. I
Right.
guess let's draw like lines or something.
And like the only way they can actually, if we're like positioned in there, the only way they can actually do something is if they like overextend and like actually push in.
Exactly. And so generally, like if you don't send a guy out to here, you'll send a guy here. and then your second and third guys are like coming off spawn, and you do this, you're able to spot this out from here instead. You'll notice that this guy like suddenly like doesn't really want to push in because he didn't do any damage, and like if he does, now he's in the middle of everyone, and so he'll sit up here and he'll just be in limbo. Maybe he drops and now this guy's alone, or like something along these lines. And then there's like random people just like hovering around, because if they don't get the first kill, if they don't make the game super easy for themselves, you'll notice that the rest of them just can't really follow through.
Right.
And so the game then becomes like a standoff where they have all 4 people like this, and you're trying to figure out how to break it. But you have to get through step 1 first, and that seemed to be an issue for you guys, and even you.
Sure.
Yep. And so
the game just feels chaotic for like a lot of it.
Yep. We will get some time from watching that to talk about the tower setup as well, and the death spots that that I've like kind of created, and even you've created in your head. You've noticed that like going down pier up is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And so we'll see it more and more. Now, with all that said and done, it's kind of, when Ovi's coming up, you kind of just throw the rule book out the window and just you try to outplay him. Like you try and get lucky timings and like, you know, figure out your way through it. Because I can't, like, there's no rules in place for that. We always like, we try and send people green up to spikes, and then we like do this, and then like who fucking knows, man? It's just a chaotic shit. But like but other than OV timings and stuff, you know, generally you can play like this. But anyway, let's get to the game. Let's switch scenes because we're a good streamer. Let's thank Ashes and Grizzin for the subs. And then yeah, thanks guys.
Hey.
And then take this slower. All right, so you guys go white wall to top mid. Or camp. What do you got? What do you guys call this? Cams?
I think I'm still on the Discord.
Oh shit! Here. God bless. I'm a terrible, terrible person. All right.
Let me exit. I'm gonna have to.
Yep, it's the same. It's the same thing as last time. Yep.
Okay. Can you share your screen one more time? Bingo. All right.
All right. All right. And so you guys go, what is this? Pillars to white wall, cams? What do you guys call that?
We just call those pillars.
All the way up here too?
Not really specific call. Like I kind of generalize this area to concrete. Like I should
concrete.
Call it white wall.
Yeah. So you can call it cams because there's a camera right here. Like
gotcha.
That's probably the easiest one. Yeah. It's an important call up for your team. Because you can say, hey guys, don't go there.
For sure. Okay.
Like that's probably the most important thing. Guys, do not go cams to top mid, please.
I think I don't typically push this, but I figured if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, as a starting strat, you know, I've never been one to criticize starting strats, because you guys have been in the situations more than I have. So you get the kill, you kind of hesitate, don't go for weapons, which is fine. You push, you're gonna get both of them here. Triple kill.
Did I?
I don't know, maybe the other guy.
I think it's just like game being weird.
Alright, and then Ovi's coming up. So Ovi's coming up, and you did have timing to kind of get to it. And I don't mind any of this. Yep, and then you notice there's too much heat over there. That's pretty solid. I think that there's like arguments here for you to be able to get this Ovi, like strong arguments, because you guys killed a lot. So this is one of those, see if you as the first guy can get it. Because like if we pause it here, it's like I think you could get it and get down. It's gonna be close.
Yeah.
But this is one of the things that's like you have scatter, your team has tower control. Maybe just give it to him. Like, you know, I don't mind it.
Overshield available.
But yeah, I probably would have tried to get it there,
right,
and then also died.
Yeah.
Yep. And now you guys are in the limbo spot. Now you guys are going to be through top mid. Your teammate's through top mid, which like makes you feel like it's okay to be top mid. And then you guys are both like they're gonna have Ov and you're gonna be in the middle of all 4 of them.
Right.
So we'll see how this plays out. Yep, pretty reasonable for you. But the second that you die, the rest of your team's also gonna fall down.
That's true.
Yeah, and they all died at tower. Your last guy's bottom mid.
I see headshots in your face.
Yeah, pretty reasonable first life from your perspective. As a team, though, like try not to push through top mid, and then the game will be easier for you. So here it is. You're doing it. So we said not fighting from bunker to top mid. Now, we did say be in this position. This was a really good position. But the second that someone even thinks about looking at you, you get the puck down, right? Because it'll make the game so much harder for them. But now that they've done so much damage, they still have a little bit of OB. Look at them flying. But look at the other two people on their team. Like, you have a 3v2 in bunker here, but they had a little bit of OB and they feel really confident. Now they're trying to kill you, and your team's all separated from you. I mean, you do get a trade because you do play it reasonably well, where you go out to the needles, you get your shields back, and everything looks kind of okay. But that's kind of
like that fight was pretty much set in stone after I took that much damage.
Yeah.
Collapsed, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but again, you did play it better than expected there because you guys were getting collapsed on by Obi, and generally you'll die there. Like, or worse players will die there. So you playing it reasonably well is what got you the kill, and kind of set your team up for this, honestly. So that's really good from your team. Now I'm kind of scared for your team because you kind of hung around screens for too long, but this all seems fine.
Oh, and I would grab Mangler here, but like,
yeah,
they were like, "Want a GA Manglers?" So,
yeah,
we should have said no, considering who they were, but that's what it is.
Yeah, I just don't care. I mean, if they do,
I don't really give a crap about Mangler. Like, I think it's in the game.
Yeah, exactly. So this was all solid, and now it's gonna be super scary. This is one of those times where, like, if you turn the corner and you see two, you gotta run. Okay. So we'll see. Yeah, you took a second too long to run, but you end up doing fine. Yeah, but yeah, because you take the second too long to run, you end up dying here just a little bit. Like, it's like a minor thing, like it's a little nitpicky, but like imagine if you were just like a little bit more shields here for the fight.
Yeah, no, I don't mind the nitpicky because like that's the stuff I really like want to get better at is like the nitpicky stuff.
Yeah, but I guess how I would put it, like if I were coaching the team, it's like, yeah, you guys got a kill, but you guys traded 1-for-1. This isn't really good for you. This isn't really like good timing for you guys to make a play, especially since, I mean, I guess you got a kill up top mid, so it makes it a little bit better. But here you want to be setting up for a push. You're not like, you want to set up for a team fight. You don't want a team fight right now.
Okay.
And then you guys kind of just like ended up team fighting right now, which like, yeah, like your teammates are still like deep in bunker and stuff.
Right.
And that's kind of where it all goes bad. Teammate gets unfortunate timing and you end up going down. Alright, tower. So you try to get your teammate out. You guys do get 2 kills, and like, yeah, Overshield's coming up, so everything's gonna be weird, isn't it? Yeah, you guys,
Sure.
let's go bottom end. Let's go bottom into Keydor because reasons, like,
Yeah,
I mean, it's Overshield. Like, I don't mind this because it's Overshield, and you could just get a free kill right here, turning out this door. Like, I don't care.
Like, sometimes it works, but sometimes
Yeah. Yeah. And then he kind of just like trolled a little bit. That was weird.
Yeah, honestly, it did.
I guess there was a guy on this side, so it didn't matter where you went. Yeah. Yeah, like, as a team, you can decide, like, hey, let's not go bottom mid to Keydor when Overshield's coming up, because they could be spikes and drop on us. Like, that's up for you guys to decide. I couldn't tell you if that's the right play or not.
Maybe when we didn't see anybody on OB pushing out there might have just been, like maybe waiting Keydor could have been a better play.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Alright, here. One of my biggest things, and it's not generally this unreasonable from your perspective, is to not fight long range battles when you are coming off respawn. So your entire team, I mean, that's just ridiculous. But yeah, but the second I see this guy and he's looking at me, I'm turning the corner. I'm not shooting more than 1 shot at him. It's just in case. Like, I'm just trying to stem the bleeding. Anytime that we're on respawn, don't shoot cross map is my like general idea. And you do a good job of keeping half shields, but there's like, Jesus Christ.
I do, but it's like way too late.
Yeah, like this is the difference between like amateur teams and a top pro team who can do whatever they want. Like, they're just like, they're winning the game so hard they can be everywhere at once. And that will happen. But the fact that you're 15-18 right now does not make any sense for one of you. But anyway. You spawn, you get, yeah, this is the close range battle. Like, you guys are just coming off spawn, you found a close range battle, you take it. And then, yeah, here's the area that you want to be, there's the area that you don't want to be.
Right. Yeah,
and so, like, now you're in a lot of trouble still, And you could make an argument. Yeah, you can make an argument that you can like hide better. You're going to die here, but the longer that it takes to kill you, the better it is for your teammates, and then obviously the better it is for you when you come off spawn. And also you have a grenade, so you can like the grenades are better for the defending players, so you can like sit here or sit back here and just like jiggle, wait for them to get close, nade, and try and get like a nade melee or something. But yeah, you're gonna walk out here and you're gonna die instantly. The issue with this, and I know that you felt stronger because your teammate just got into a battle and you're like, all right, things are looking good. I know that we have 3D vision, so it looks a lot worse than than it did on your screen when it was happening.
It really didn't feel that bad in the moment, but then it definitely was worse than it.
Yeah, because you always want to try and like your teammate's fighting, you always want to try and clean up the kill. But you have to like recognize when it's not going to happen. Right. I guess. And this one looks kind of reasonable from your point of view and really unreasonable in third person, like theater point of view. Yeah. So I don't mind this. Like, just an idea to keep in your head is to fight really close range battles. Did that guy never pop Ovi? Maybe it's just a theater bug.
There's a moment in this game where they have 2 people running with Obi. It was a glitch. It was super funny, actually.
Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, it was super. We thought it was like a glitch or something.
Nice. So yeah, your whole team's dying here, so I want you to hide nest. I don't remember what you did here. Let's see. Yeah, you're all right. So you kind of hide nest, but like this is what I'm talking about. Your whole team's dead. You shooting here like gives them the ability to just run at you anytime that like any second that they see you. Okay. So they're gonna play for sniper, so you're not gonna die here, which is whatever. But you're giving yourself the opportunity to die, and like your damage just doesn't matter.
You're rather terrifying with that thing.
Yeah, so you end up doing your thing. You're fine. This is all reasonable. Yeah, I mean, this is just them being a little bit better, but you guys are also getting some trades. Yeah, I mean, fine. Reasonably fine afterwards. Like, it's just a team fight that you gotta kill and you die.
Definitely should have played that nest a little bit better though, for sure.
Yeah, just the start, because you're seeing like your tendencies. Like you don't get punished every single time that you make that move, but you can see it more and more the more that we watch this.
Right.
Nice. I like the grenade melee. That's a really staple. No. It's actually a thing in this game.
Every time since our last session.
Yeah, I hate it, but it's actually a thing. Like anytime that you melee someone right next to yourself, always grenade. Because you can shoot or melee just as fast as they can. All right, so your team is going to be fucked here. Not necessarily your fault, just how the game kind of played out.
Yeah.
So how do you play off of that? It seems that you're going to be in that spot, like in that limbo spot, where you're going to do some damage, but the damage doesn't matter and you're going to get collapsed on.
Right.
Just like looking from this point of view. Like there's a guy coming to your right. So this is gonna...
Is this that play where I should just like genuinely be like in A, just like waiting for the overextension like in A? Like what do I do there differently?
So I would probably go a big door here. Like I don't mind the coming up to spikes, but then once your teammate does, like then it's kind of all right. Let's go into a safe spot for the next 4 seconds.
Okay.
Like be safe. Like yeah, you guys just come back here, and then your teammate spawns in A, and you guys actually have like a decent setup if your green guy lives, and if you make sure your green guy lives. But being up on top here, you guys are going to get collapsed on after doing negligible damage. Because you could be shooting the screens guy. Like, it doesn't matter that this guy's flanking you. Like, if you guys both turned and shot at this guy after the start, the guy top middle still comes and cleans you both up.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was so pointless. Yeah,
so the whole idea here that we want to keep in our head is that your teammate died, and so they are going to be like, you have to do something immaculate in order to win here, like in order to win a team fight. And so you don't want to have a team fight happen. You want to keep them all short skirmishes. But you're fighting from positions that indicate that you're ready to start taking team fights.
Okay, gotcha.
Overshield available.
So here's another fight, but this one's, I guess, different because Obi's coming up. We'll come back. Yeah, Obi's coming up. They're just sitting on it. They're like, you guys are also tower. Yes. So this guy is a cleanup. Again, Obi's coming up, so play however you want. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, free kill. You end up going to live. Chasing down these Obi guys. Get them. Yeah, I think they have 2 Obis right now. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sab and Falcon both have Obi. That's funny.
Yeah, it was really funny actually.
I've tried to do something similar. I had camo once, and I was like, guys, just wait for the second camo, and then we'll pop.
I have like I can't believe like he was able to hold on that camo for that long.
Yeah.
It's super funny.
Repulse! Alright, fine. Free. Alright, very free. So, I mean, this is reasonable team fighting, though. Like, we'll go back and show, like, the difference here. So, you got a kill, and now you guys are the 4v3. Like, yeah, your teammate's kind of running, so it's less of a 4v3. And yes, they have 2 overshields. But you guys are still, like, working towards fighting in a 4v3 setting. And then once that happens, like now a fight's breaking out, and this is like completely different from everything that's gone on in the game so far. And that's why you're down 7 kills, is because you guys keep trying to take team fights before you're ready. And so you guys get a kill, and now it's like, all right, now the one guy just spawned across the map. Yep, he's trying to come help, but now it's still 2 players, and you guys are chasing him down. This is really good. And this is just like the game just looks so easy for your team, right? Like now,
yeah. I think at this point in the game just like shifted.
Yeah.
It was just like suddenly easier.
Yep. Wait, if you melee and nade quick enough, you can still shoot at the same time as the enemy. Yes. For some reason, you can melee shoot at the same, like as fast as melee shoot. I might have said that wrong, but whatever. All right, and so here, yep. So here you guys have a tower setup. As I said, you have to be careful of your team kind of leaving. I'll show you, just in case like you're not the tower guy next time, because you end up like cleaning up around tower. You have a scatter here. Your teammate ends up like not going to nest to green, and he fights top mid, and that's like really scary because you're giving up a lot of map control, because like fighting a guy that you're never gonna kill and he's never gonna kill you. So just for next time. So yeah, you guys could be double teaming this green guy and like fighting that side. And now, obviously, this looks terrible for you guys. You guys are all tummies. You have to stay put here. You do your best at tower. If you have to drop, you drop, but you do not leave your sanctuary right here.
Okay.
But yeah, you end up going from a good zone. Yeah, so you end up what, chasing down here dummy doors? I just remember you dying dummy doors. You just hold tower, yeah. So you listen perfectly to me. Perfect. Like that is just generally perfect, because right, like everything just like unfolded for you. You're just sitting top tower and you fight the people that you fight, and you're so strong here.
Okay.
Right? There's nothing immaculate that you have to do. You're in the right position and you're just doing it. I was getting really scared that you're just gonna drop dummy doors because they're a nest. But that's later, that's later. Yeah, really fucking good, really good. So here, terrifying. What are you guys doing? You guys are chilling.
Yeah, you know, I think in our brains we were thinking we just got a bunch of picks and people are coming off of spawners. Let's kind of get aggressive, and then we got met top mid.
Yeah.
We were like, no, let's not do that.
Yeah, that's pretty much every top mid push I've ever tried to do. Yeah, exactly. So here, like if after a fight happens, you go green. Like you send your whole team to green. Because like look at this guy. He's alone. He's the first guy that spawns. You generally want to fight the first guy that spawns. Like keep him as far back as you can. So if you fought him while he's trying to come out big door, he's stuck in bunker. Their whole team's stuck in bunker at that point. And then you can play off that. But here this guy gets out green without you guys fighting him. And now you guys are slowly pushing top mid, and it's just not gonna happen. And now I would tell you to get your ass back to tower, and you're big chilling. But as we saw, this is it. So this is the death zone that we're talking about. Like this is, you never know like where you're gonna feel safe at. And yeah, you just end up what, getting forward there out of your mind? What was that? You shot in the back?
I think I got shot in the back a little bit, but I also did kind of jerk my shots. So I mean, like I might have been able to win that if I hadn't missed. But
Yeah, no, I mean,
behind, it's just like
the vertical scatter is just so inconsistent. Like sometimes you two people. I gotta see this though. 1, 2, 3. No, you just get forward. Jesus. I mean, yeah, that's just like top tier gameplay. If you don't hit your 2/3 shot with scatter, you just get forward out of your mind.
As soon as I missed the first one, I think that's my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the scatter.
Yep, but that all comes down to the positioning. You never really have like an opportunity. Like you never have a choice as to what you want to do.
Yeah.
Alright, so your team's stuck in bunker, but your team kind of did a good job of like, let's go watch this from their perspective because it seems like they did the thing. So you guys went 4 down. They're collapsing on bunker, but they're gonna split spawn you guys. And oh, would you look at that?
I think we were calling this out actually.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, we were like literally do nothing but hide and just like don't die.
Yeah, and then they're like, hold on a second. I don't
actually. Yeah, highlight like they. I think they worked this really well together.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like once they do this, like look how far spread apart they are, and look at they have no holes in your setup. Like yeah, this is still gonna be a tough fight, but the second that one of you guys dies, the rest of you guys are gonna die. But because you guys hid for a second, like you guys are gonna get a free pick, and it's not because like they misplayed it. It's just that they have to search so many different holes if they want to find you as fast as they can, and then they play off of it. But instead of just showing yourselves and showing exactly where you're at and having them collapse on that one spot, like they have to collapse on all of bunker, and you guys get a free kill. Oh my god! And you're fighting a guy. Oh, you got what the fuck happened to you? But yeah, these two guys got kills, and that's just fantastic.
Yeah.
So that goes back to what I was saying in the pre-match thing. So let's see what happens to you. Because this was really good. And then yeah, it just goes back green.
Was it Sav or somebody comes around the Falcon?
I don't mind this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind this. Your whole team's getting collapsed on a bunker, and so you're just like, I should be in this 1v1 forever. This guy's going into big door and like going to go fight your teammates, and then he gets a call out and he turns around.
Right.
I'm fine.
Just wasn't expecting somebody to actually like collapse on me from that side too.
Obtained.
Nothing satisfies like a 3-round burst.
Yeah, but while you're dead, your teammates try and go A plat. They end up dying too.
Right.
And now here's the damage that you're taking. That if your teammate isn't winning the big door fight, like you guys could easily get collapsed in bunker here, because that damage just doesn't do anything. All right, I say it doesn't do anything, but you get a kill because he's just incredibly dumb. Now you guys are gonna get a second kill.
If he had played that better, though, that wouldn't have like amounted to.
Yeah, he could just get scatter and back up instead.
Exactly.
All right, so here's the P tunnel push.
Yeah.
And I say do not go up P tunnel until your team is ready to push. And right now you have 1 dead. And yes, they also have 1 dead, but their teammate is still gonna spawn with them, and your teammate's gonna spawn in your bunker.
Gotcha.
Or, I mean, I guess he died bunker, so he's probably going to spawn, like, back green or something. But he's not going to be ready to push for longer than, like, their teammate that's coming off spawn is going to be.
Okay.
So here, you're going to come up P-tunnel. And, yeah, you might get kills because you have scatter coming up P-tunnel. And look, they're in the death zone that I'm talking about. Nice. But yeah, that's just them being in terrible positions. But again, that's OB and sniper, so I guess that's why.
I think I just felt confident because I was figuring like if I can fight somebody like there with the heat wave, like that should pretty much be like a guaranteed win in that situation.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why I pushed that. Cause like if I had a BR, there's no way I pushed through there.
Yep. And like, yeah, the guns can change what you want to do for sure.
Right.
But it's just like just general tendencies that I've noticed. So you guys get 2 kills, and now you're playing a screen side. Like this isn't that bad. Like I want to say that bad. Like this is reasonably good. But you guys are getting collapsed on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I like to just stabilize games. Anytime that like, so we'll go back and I'll point out the time that I would stabilize it. So yeah, once you get your shields back here and there's nothing left to fight. So you guys get this kill bottom mid. Yeah, your 3 teammates are fighting through bottom mid. Like, here, once they get this kill, like, if you don't see anyone right now, this is the time that I would go back.
Okay.
So, yeah, the general idea that I have in my head, and this is going to be different from player to player, from team to team, on how you want to play it. Maybe you guys want to collapse bunker all the time like they do, right?
Right.
But generally, like, the second that we get a kill and I don't see anything, nothing is happening, you try to get back to the positions that you want to be in. And OB such screens is not one of those positions. So if you kind of regroup and do that, this OB guy ends up not being an issue. And this is all this is also like a reasonable bit of hindsight. So,
Killing spree.
right.
Double kill.
Happening. Okay.
Yep, you come up spawn, you're able to recognize like where the one-shot guy is, you try and kill him.
Right.
He's all fine. Woo! Oh.
Victory.
That was weak fighting. That's like the only time that I'll say that you had weak fighting.
Yeah.
Like you could have played this like a lot better. The second that you fall and get like naded is like you should be like, I'm going to get my shields back unless there's a second guy on me. This one guy will never kill me in a million years because I can just like use my sound and go out like the front window and back. But yeah, you got really weak and then you got a little nervous. But the second guy was coming, you were dead anyway. But you got to give yourself the best opportunity there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. That was a very quick game. I'm down to go over one more.
Would you like a average game, or would you like a game we got actually dunked on?
Mostly average, preferably.
Okay, so let me go back into Halo here. So the recharge oddball is like I don't think we played it like too terrible. I mean, like we didn't time our fights very good. And the one before that was Bizarre CTF, and we just got like 05 and Bizarre CTF. So like either or, honestly.
Interesting. So the recharge oddball, we went over that last time. Also, it's a hard game to go over. The Bizarre Flag 05, that seems like a tough one to go over because I doubt there's much that we can take away from that other than they're just like incredibly good Halo players.
Right. That's kind of what we like amounted that to. Is kind of just like getting shit on, honestly.
Yeah. No, and that'll happen. Like there's nothing against that.
I suppose the recharge oddball would be the better one then.
Yeah. And then but you guys had no other like reasonable games in the tournament? Do you think off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, what was it? Let me actually go look. There might be one in here.
Like even versus like another solid team or something?
I'm trying to think like look at an Aquarius game that we had that might have been close.
Mm-hmm.
No, we 5-0'd that team. See. I'm trying to find like a good Aquarius, but the only ones we got were like okay, like just okay.
Yeah. 1 second, I gotta go wake the cat up. Be right. Hey cat. Hey, can you stop it? Yeah, can you stop snoring super loudly and obnoxiously? It's so distracting.
Okay, maybe this one actually.
All right. Any ideas?
There is I can't really remember what happens, but I think we do lose.
Which one?
We win. My bad.
Which one?
I'm trying to find like a Bizarre Aquarius game. I'm trying to find one where we like don't do so well, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Team Eagle. I mean, I guess we could do winning game because I feel like Bizarre and Aquarius are probably like, in my opinion, some of like the harder maps.
Okay.
I don't remember this one too much, but it's the Bizarre CTF on like the second page, like middle on the left.
Okay.
Don't quite remember what goes on in this game, but I guess we'll see.
All right. So
Capture the flag.
what I will do is pull up attack maps and give some ideas as to what we do real quick. Attack maps. Can you see this?
Yep.
All right. Switch back to attack maps. Capture the flag Bizarre. All right. So one of the biggest things that I try to talk about are places that you can and can't be before a flag run for either team, like if you're the offense or defense. So we will pretend that you're the red team pushing up. You guys get a couple of kills in the middle of the map. However, the blue team is spawning in their base. So something stupid like this. It's not an exact science. Just the same generalizations. You cannot be in the tree.
Okay.
You cannot like walk in and fight around here. You can mess around. I will say the blue. You can like sit around here and try to get a kill or try to apply pressure, but you cannot go into the tree until your opponent or until your teammates are flying out bridge. Because they have to be here to kind of clear out, let's say, this direction. Like your opponents can't be like around here able to shoot in while your opponents are also coming up the stairs or something.
Okay.
And then yeah, so you guys can push into BR, but you guys can't come out bridge is what I would say until your team is ready to take the team fight. So it's the same thing on the live fire game where you can't go into their base before you're ready, before the team fight's ready. Because if someone gets picked off, you instantly lose the flag. You can never cap a flag the second that someone walks out here and dies. So generally like a team fight will happen in the middle of the map and you'll want to get to BR. I guess she blew it up. So you want to get to BR doing these types of things. And then you just want to like hang around here until your teammates who are coming off spawn, like maybe one person runs all the way across the map. And then when he's able to like do things, that's when you start fighting. Like that's when you start trading, like doing the team fight thing. Because again, they'll all four be spawning up in their base and you'll be 3 in their base. And that's just not good enough to get a flag pull out, like ever. All right. And then the same thing from the blue team's point of view. So if red team's pushing into your base, you cannot, again, this is all a death zone. Like for both teams, being in here is just terrible because they can walk in at any second and kill you. And the second that they kill you, then like they get to do this and this just ruins you. So like obviously, as we said, the red team, you don't want to push in a tree. However, if it's free and it's really good. So yeah, don't be in tree. Don't walk into tree. So this or BR, don't do this. Until your team's ready. Like this is like a super slow push. Like you want to go to flag and you want to do something like this where you just like I'm ready to bail at any second. Right?
Okay, gotcha.
Any second that they peek me, I'm not taking more than a point of damage. This is the same shit as the live fire game. When you're in bunker, you want to be on that corner, like you're on this bridge, basically the same as the flag next to the needle window, and you want to drop the second that someone even thinks about shooting at you.
Right.
Because you want to get BR, like you don't want to just AFK in your base the whole game and wait for them to push. You do want to get somewhere, but the second that they even think about shooting at you, you're ready to bail.
Okay.
And so generally, like you'll send multiple people this way and slowly push them out. And as you guys get to BR, you guys are able to look BR to Balk, and that means that your teammates can come into tree. I guess this should all be blue if I'm trying to color coordinate.
It's kind of just like flip though. Like the only way you can really push into tree is if your teammate is basically on the other side of BR and like whatever side you're going.
Exactly.
Like, get that angle. Okay.
Yep. So you'll notice that like a lot of people walk in a tree and they'll get a trade, and that's just terrible.
Yeah, that happens a lot actually. Yep. Like if they get into like that part of the map, I feel like if you're on the defending team, in like a lot of cases, especially in like matchmaking or something like dumb, like it's just so hard to like get out of that setup. Yep.
And so those are all like the big ideas that I have on this game as to how to play like the important part, which is like all right, it's time to cap a flag. And then once you get into the flag, like you can run a tree, you can run it this way, you can run it this way. Like we like to run it elbow side mostly, but I'm not saying that that's the best way to run it. It's just what we've seen to have work. So let's.
I think like you're one of the few teams I actually like watch run through elbow. I feel like a lot of people just want to take it to like mid map or something like crazy. I don't know. Someone's ready to like shoot me.
All right.
Spike revolver.
So this is a long game. We do. All right. So I will still play it at 5 times speed. We'll see how it goes. So you do come back there. That's interesting. I wonder when we break it down how that'll look. So you haven't died yet, have you? Oh my god, don't tell me I did it again. Oh my god.
Okay. I'm just looking at your tech, man. That's all.
Alright, back to the stream. You got that, or do I need to restart?
I will.
Yeah, let me restart first before you do and see if that works. Is that good?
Yep, that's good.
Alright. So I'll go back and play it.
Sure.
So at the start, you like didn't die at all. You went to the base, and yeah, I guess you guys started pulling the flag, so you extended back early. You helped set up a cap.
This game too well. I just know, like, I think Bazaar is just a map like I have a harder time understanding, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I understand the spawns quite well. It's just like what to do with those like spawns and like spawn timings.
Yep. And it's all about your team and how to fight with your team, how to give your team enough time to get to the places that they want to be.
Right.
And then once you guys pull a flag that's completely different, and I can't give specific like advice. My biggest thing is when you guys are pulling the flag, or when your opponents pulled your flag, your deaths are so unbelievably important. You cannot die. And people will just be like, "Oh yeah, I slowed the flag guy down. That's good enough, right?" Like, fuck no.
I feel like a big argument here is like if they pull flag, right, and like this goes for like I think both Aquarius and like Bazaar. It's like when is it like okay to overextend? It's like a lot of times, especially in like Aquarius, like if the flag is like already on dynamos by the time you're coming off of like spawn, like it like we've talked about this too. It's like, do we go back to base and push out and like get control of the map, or do we just like overextend full to their base and just try to fight on their flag?
My team will I've kind of like installed this into my team as to almost never overextend. If you spawn shoddy in this game, come up your side.
Right.
On Aquarius, if you spawn pink 1, go back to your flag, to gen. Like, do not try to overextend because it's super obvious and like really easy to stop.
Okay.
But it's not that simple. Like it's
like I mean I try to like instill, because I know that's like what you do with your team is generally like you don't like to overextend, so I try to do the same, and like I feel like it works a lot of the time, but sometimes it's like when that flag is already like so close to being in the base and you're just coming off the spawn, it's like what now, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to like literally go back through your flag, but like just if you spawn your P1, you can go back to like your car jump instead. So yeah, you're last to push in here, and this is the scary thing of going towards tree. But look, you kind of like instinctively, like you don't turn the corner until your teammates are elbow pushing into the flag. I don't know if you're like doing this on purpose or not, or if you.
I think I was, because like I didn't like that's just such an easy like push for me to do here if they're like both looking at anybody who's pushing through BR.
Yeah.
I just get so much free damage.
Yep, and that's the perfect time to push in. Like that was really, really good from you and your team. And you guys all set up perfectly, and now you're like, all right, they're gonna OE, so I'm gonna get back fast. This is so good. I would say go faster.
Yeah. I think I just saw that guy go BR, so I'm calling it out.
Yeah.
Like make sure he doesn't get a presence.
Yep. And you've got a thrust here, so you should be able to like kind of win the fight and be aggressive a little bit. He's got shoddy, so that changes things. All fucking good. That's exactly what goes through my head. Your teammate is an idiot for dying there. I'm sorry.
No, I know you're good.
Like, so I want to be aggressive about how I approach this whenever we talk about things. There's some things that I find really important. When you're running a flag, you cannot have an average death. You cannot die in a dumb way. And so I want to point it out from his point of view. Like, you can only die during a team fight is basically what I think. You can't afford to get picked off. If you think that there's a chance that you're gonna get picked off, like trying to overextend, you can't overextend. And so your teammate drops in here and fights a 1v1 that could have easily been a 1v2, and he dies, and this is gonna make the game extremely hard for you guys compared to extremely easy that it was looking like it was gonna be. So now I guess they're like hopping the re and stuff, and everything's looking shit, but I have no idea what just happened here. I'm gonna chalk this one up to like they're not very good.
They're like pretty good, but I think I think they were just like getting a little chalked, honestly. So
well, like the flag is down doubles here.
Yeah.
Right? Or I guess it's down market. And they could have like gotten the re here or something. But then they just kind of like sat around. I don't know. This one looked weird. Yeah, your teammate dying just usually makes everything very difficult, but that one was, we'll say, interesting from your point of view.
You're exposed, Sparky.
And you're off. All right, you are in their BR. You are controlling their BR. You ain't moving. You're running away if they decide that they're able to push you. Like,
Okay.
if you see someone coming confidently at you, you can just back up. Because your team is not going to be ready for another 20 seconds. Okay, like, look at where they're at. And I just, like, felt this because of how fast you got in here.
Yeah.
Your team is not going to be ready for 20 seconds. Now,
For sure.
I think I saw that you just, like, shit on some guy here. Or maybe not. But, like, you don't have to do anything here. Just have like a bit of a presence, and you're just messing around for a long time here.
Yeah, that is true. I think
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe I can catch, because like I feel like a lot of times they'll spawn on like back thrust. So
Yep.
I kill the guy, I'll ape into like their BR, and I'll just go catch him off the spawn again, and then we just like clean up who's ever left. I should have just like stood there and like.
Yeah, so I used to do that thrust thing as well. I've just found that like you being low shields is much worse than your opponent being low shields thrust. Like, yeah, you can catch him, but generally, like, you'll shoot him, and he's so far away that he just descopes you once, and you don't kill him. Right? And then he lives down there, and you got, like, are you really going to go chase him down? Like, maybe with grapple, you know, you can make things work, but it's just really tough.
I never tire of this one.
But yeah, being here is good. Again, you really want to focus on keeping your shields here.
Okay.
You have to focus on yourself here, not how much damage you do, not how much help you're putting in. And yes, you're doing a lot here, but at any second, this guy could have turned the corner here on you and gotten first shot and then chased, like, aped you down, as you said. So we'll slow down.
Basically, like, just keep your shields to the actual team fight.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I feel like since our last session, actually, like I normally play like really like aggressive and I'm doing a lot of stuff, but since the last session, I feel like I've been playing a lot more passive, and because of that, I feel like I'm just not doing as much on the map.
Yeah,
I suppose.
and
it's just a weird feeling. Cause like normally I'm running around doing as much as I can. I'm pumping out damage, but I think I'm starting to see that maybe that was just a bunch of like useless damage, I guess, and just like kind of pointless. So
yeah, that is something I'm worried about with what I talk about. I have had people say that they're worried about it or say that they feel like they're not doing enough.
Right.
Even my teammate Nick, like he feels the same way. But I also just show him like unreasonably bad deaths, and it's like, how do we cut that out while you still outputting damage?
Right.
And so, in my opinion, deaths are much more important than damage in this game. Like you'll take free kills. Yeah, you'll take free kills like this one. Like this is solid. Like something that you can do, but during this idea of I'm doing damage, you have to make sure that you are protecting yourself here. Right. And so you should, like, as you're shooting that guy, I would be like turning back a little bit here just so the guy doesn't come out about to kill you.
Right.
Like that's the only difference I'm saying here. And so here is a prime example of what I'm talking about.
Right.
This fight doesn't need to happen. Like, you can waste both of your time, but like your time is much more like much more valuable, I guess. That was the wrong way to say it, but you get what I mean.
I got it.
You being full shields here, like, so again, what I'm doing here is I'm just sitting around here, jiggling between like watching myself bridge and watching the Valk BR and waiting for my team to get to me. And then when the team gets to me, it's like, okay, now it's time to go. The second that you die, your team has to wait 30, 40 seconds before you guys even have a chance at pulling the flag.
Yeah, for sure.
And so this fight is like ridiculous. I know that he's clambering, and so it's first shot. And you know, Tyler and Nick would tell me all the time, like, yeah, I had first shot. Of course I'm gonna fight him. And I'm not saying that's technically wrong. Just that in my head, you could be getting swarmed on Valk to BR here, and you could die.
Yeah, these guys were a little bit more coordinated, maybe more set up for a fight. Like, all those guys had to do was just walk behind me, or like even just double push that, and like it would have been over.
Yep. And now that you're not in BR, because I don't know if you got scared or you're just trying to help your teammates, like they get BR control. And now, like, yes, you guys have tree control, but this shouldn't amount to anything. Like, you guys having tree control doesn't really help you get to the flag. And now, I say this you having grapple throws all of these numbers in like into different orbits because I have no clue like what you're going to be able to do with a grapple here. Yeah, and you're just dead. I say, yeah, here's all the possibilities that you can do, and you're just fucking dead, dude. Yeah. So again, death spot, big red X like in this area. I don't care if your teammates feel confident as fuck.
I feel that too because like I've never thought about it like that, but every time I go into like palms, like I just feel like I'm like in such a dangerous spot, and I can never really pinpoint why. It just feels like I always die more in there than like anywhere else in the entire map.
And this was really good. I will pause it for a sec. Obviously you died, and so less good. But when you're fighting this guy, you're walking right next to this wall. So the second that you take any damage, you can turn whichever corner you want to turn. A lot of the times you'll fight out here and you'll just die, and it's like, oh no, a guy spikes killed me. But you're preparing for the next battle, and you even reacted reasonably well to it. He just shoots you around the corner, and I'm sure you're like, eh, fucking ping desync bullshit. But
I mean, that could have been theater too. Like,
yeah, it could be. But I just want to say, like, that's something to point out to, like, I mean, obviously you're doing it, but, and I want you to keep doing it, but like anyone watching that like wants to know some small things to get better on. That's a big one, to be stronger. All right.
Kind of just like fight closer to cover.
Yep. Here, a good example of you fighting close to cover, except you took a lot of damage.
I think I recognize I take a bunch of damage. I'm like, if I take a fight here, Ryan's gonna be so mad at me. So I think I hide. I want to say I try to hide.
Yep. So make sure you get your shields back. Yep. Perfect. Ah!
I'm getting pinched right now. You can keep me there, and this guy. Yeah. Yep. I tried.
So it goes back to what I said. Like, if you haven't gotten shot for 2 seconds, get your shields back. And I know it feels bad, and I know it feels like awkward just taking too much time. But this just shows like your life here could have been like significant, right? Just living in the spot where your teammates go do whatever the hell they're doing. But yeah.
I think I knew a guy was pushing through palm zone. I'm pretty sure I knew somebody who was in BR, so I was trying to hide. But like the second that guy gets to there and he's like that guy's in BR, I'm like, I'm just screwed here. Like,
yeah, so I find that if you sit here, you don't actually get seen from tree. Only when they get to the thrust, like if they jump here, is when they start seeing you.
I might have panicked a little bit and thought you could see me then or something stupid.
Nice. Get your fucking shields! Alright? Just get them. You're in the middle of the map, they're 3 alive, get your shields, goddammit. You fucking fuck.
Yeah.
You're like, alright, I'm gonna get my shields, I'll take 2 seconds.
I'll do it and then I don't do it.
Yeah, and then you're like ADHD kicks in and I'm out, dude.
Much, honestly.
M41 spank.
I just like held my head in shame. Like
The dog just went crazy. Alright. Obviously, pretty solid. This is all solid, this is all good. I like this a lot. And whoa, where are you going? You're getting scared.
I think there's a guy big door.
Yeah. He was in shoddy. Yeah, he's working his way to big door. Whoa! Get your shields back. You turn the corner, you haven't gotten shot for 2 seconds. Like, I don't mind a jiggle here, but this is more than a jiggle. This is a standstill.
Yeah. Okay.
Our ammo reserves are low.
But yeah, it's just how I describe this is like macro level. Like, just imagine. Have you played Worms before?
No.
All right. Shit.
What is Worms?
It's just it has a health bar system that it has your entire team's health bar basically. Okay. So if you have 400 hit points across 4 worms, like 100 for each worm, it goes down like in a percentage, and I really like that to describe like your team's health here. Okay. So like you getting your shields back increases your team's health like overall, but
just like having more resources.
Yeah, exactly. And so the fact that you don't get your shields back hurts your team a lot more than, you know, just from your perspective. It's like, oh, I got shot, I go around, I'll get my shields back eventually.
I think sometimes in my brain I'm thinking like I see a teammate around me, he's doing something, and even though I'm like maybe weak or not in like the best position to do something, I'm still trying to do something. I just think sometimes I take the most direct route to do something, and it's just like gets me bit in the ass more than anything.
Okay. Like
That's
it's
kind of the feeling I get. Like I feel like I need to do something to help my team rather than just like
yeah.
hide and
Yeah,
get
and,
kills.
and it's reasonable, and I don't mind. Like again, if you were to jiggle, like if you were to either hard jiggle here or something, I wouldn't mind. But the second, like the fact is, like you jiggled, and then you're like, all right, I'm full sending.
Our
Alright.
reserves are low.
So here, I like this. Your teammate dies, like your teammate is like he's owning, he's going rogue. That's what we
Yeah,
call it in the
pretty much.
business. He's going rogue. So the second he dies here, he does get a trade, right? The second he dies, you're doing nothing for the next 20 seconds, all right?
Okay.
You're not doing nothing here.
Like even off of a trade. Like,
Yeah, even off a trade because he's gonna spawn closer than your teammate is.
Okay.
Like you have to
Yeah, that
be
makes sense.
in order for a trade to be okay here. It's one of those team fights where you pull the flag as you're getting the trade because you're bringing the flag back. You're bringing the fight back to the middle of the map where your teammate and their teammate will spawn like equal. But here, a trade is good for them. Yeah. And so like I guess you're flanking here, which is whatever. I would just stay in the middle of the map. But the whole mindset that I want you to have here is like we're not going to pull a flag. So the best, what I really want is to stay in the middle of the map and control the middle of the map. If you want to do that by flanking, that's reasonable. That's fine. Very unlucky there, and you're just dead. Yep. I mean, that's just you could be in the middle of the map parrying with people, but instead you're like trying to flank, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I can't really say not to, but just how do you want to play the game? You have to think about that from your perspective. Like, do you enjoy flanking? Do you think you get a lot of kills? Do you think you have a tough time with it?
50-50.
Yeah, it's like a rhetorical one. Like
yeah.
All right, here I would personally jump BR, but dropping Shoddy here seems fine. Like, oh, you would have died to an Overshield guy, so I'm dumb. Anyway, so yeah, here's the question of you owing, right?
Yeah, this is like what we're thinking. Like, well, we're just coming off of spawn. Like, how much time is it gonna take for us to jump back up to our BR? Like, maybe we just OE instead and get control of their base and like force a fight mid map.
Yep.
I guess.
So here in my head, what I'm doing, you guys got to kill. So if you slow them down, you will eventually win this fight.
Okay.
They do have Overshield, so that throws a little bit of a wrench in the gears. But here, like, I know there's two people here. I'm just sitting here, right here.
Okay.
And saying, all right, if you guys want to pull the flag, I'm here to slow it down. Okay. But the second that you give that up, the second that you OE is going to make everything complicated.
Right.
And your teammate's going to suicide here.
Eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
And the teammate's dead. But your teammate gets up to BR, and so, like, I'm sure he's owning. Yeah, he's got a shoddy or something. Oh, you throw a little bit. Hello there. You've just been, like, so strong mechanically for so long, and then you just kind of throw for a little bit. I mean, I can't.
I was coming off of like a week break here,
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't want to have to rely on my mechanics too hard.
Hey, I can't say anything about not being able to clean up kills. You know that. But yeah, like everything just gets so awkward, huh? Like once you come back like this.
For sure.
Like I think you guys end up stopping this because you went 2-0, which doesn't make any sense to me. Like they get trades, like you're spawning in your base, you're all dead. How do they not cap this?
I think we killed everybody in their beat, like in the bombs and stuff that was there, and I think for some reason they took a fight mid map.
Yeah, that guy right there just threw. If he just gets his shields back in the middle of the map, the other guy comes in and gets the touch.
For sure.
Yeah, because the flag's not close to resetting, I'm sure. Yep, and then they're like throwing even harder. That play was fine by you. I think that you might want to live your life a little bit harder.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the biggest things that I've talked about is to not die trying to recover the flag. Like don't try to recover the flag in general. But when you do go forward and you do like I think the flag was like you almost got the re if I like had to guesstimate on how much time was left.
I think it was really close. I think like he must have grabbed the last second. I thought if I could just jump in there since they're coming off a spawn, I might be able to just completely save it. Yeah,
I would say like 80 to 90% of the time I don't get the re. Like I just like it only like increases it like 2x when you're on it. And so it's not really that important to hop on it.
Okay.
In my head. But, you're trying to get the re at the last second, they get a last second touch, it's all fine. Just my mindset going into it. So yeah, here's an instance where you guys are pulling the flag. You guys are one dead. Woo! Get popped. A little bit lazy mechanics out of you.
Yeah.
You could continue sprinting here, but you ran like you accidentally like slide or something. I don't know what happened to you. Yeah, but
Yeah, that was for sure lazy though. Like, no doubt.
I wouldn't say that I wouldn't do any better than you. Like that I would do any better than you.
I think in my brain I was just like, I think I was like, I can get around this box
Yeah.
and you can't do anything, and then I just get like killed. Like,
Oh yeah, and
like,
it's
such an average death, honestly. Like.
Yeah, but like I don't mind you like holding forward here to try to get to your team, and then you get shot in the side, and yeah, like I would probably do the same, trying to get like around the corner and stuff. So
Right.
it seems reasonable.
The enemy carrier has
At
revealed
the same note, though,
themselves.
I could have just simply dropped market and just like lived.
The enemy carrier
I
has
get it.
revealed
It's fine,
themselves.
anyways.
Yeah. Somehow your team ends up owning, and they're able to stay in the base. And this is the thing about OEs. If we look down there, like that guy just died trying to OE, and once he dies, you guys end up capping a flag like unreasonably
They're
easily.
coming to murder you.
I don't know where you're going, but sure.
You've been spotted.
And it kind of just feeling it out. You're like, maybe the guy's OEing, and then you like turn around like, oh nope, they're not.
Maybe that might have been it. I wasn't too sure.
But yeah, their team just kind of owned for like a minute straight. And they got a cap. Good stuff, team.
I'm pretty sure for like the next 6 minutes, it's kind of just like a piss match between the both of us. I don't think we get any more caps.
Yeah, no, there's no more caps, but we can still like look as to why. So we'll speed it up just a little bit to find good spots. Like this is all really good for me though. Your shield's back, then you fight. All right, you got hit by an age here. Doesn't really matter. I don't mind that death as to not getting your shields back because you're not really like trying to get into a fight. Not really expecting someone to be down there. It was good timing from you as to like timing your blink. What the hell is this?
Did I just spawn there?
Yeah. Good mechanics. So you died shoddy, your opponents are blocking library. It makes sense as a spawn. It sucks, but like...
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm like, damn, alright.
So here is the time to OE. I don't mind this OE if you watch your teammates. So they're not just pulling your flag yet.
5 minutes.
And you guys spawn in shoddy, like you guys spawn deep. And so OEing here isn't bad.
The enemy
You have to be so careful here.
Okay.
You cannot die. Like, this is the time. This is it. This is what I'm talking about. The second that they touch your flag, you cannot die anymore. You just can't do it. So, like, this kill, like, you're not getting it. You're not. Yeah. So, and you're still trying to get it. Like, this isn't happening. Your two teammates, like, you have to pretend your two teammates are dead here. Like, imagine, like, that live fire game, you know, when your teammates are coming off spawn, you're waiting for them to do something. Like, you can't be in a bad spot. You can't die in that, like, that open spot. And this is kind of the same idea. I know you're trying to help, but, like, it's not really helping. And I say that as you get an assist. But you do, yeah. Yep, you end up dying here. Like, if that guy doesn't walk into BR and throw, and you die here, this flag run becomes a lot more reasonable for your opponents.
Sure. Okay.
And so again, the second that they pull the flag or that you pull the flag, like, deaths outside of team fights are out of the window. Like, they're not an option.
I'm going to really put that one in my head. When they pull or we pull, no deaths.
Yep. It's just, I know it's like, I know it's like dumb, and I know you're gonna be like, I feel like I'm playing too passively whenever the flag gets pulled.
It's like, ever since I kind of took this approach, I just feel like I'm not winning as much 1v1s, and I think a lot of that's just due to, like, I'm trying to, like, it's like I feel like I changed my playstyle in a way where it's not like I'm trying to just win every fight I get into. It's like I'm just trying to set up whoever's around me to do better. And it's just a weird playstyle because like I just feel like I'm not putting up as much like damage numbers. Like I'm just doing so much less.
Yeah, and I think that comes from Halo 5. Like, people play Halo 5, and that game, and even Halo 3 a lot of the times, is just do as much as you can, as damage as you can, die, respawn, do the same thing. This game is so much teamwork oriented because of how the maps are created. Like, all of the maps have gigantic structures everywhere that you can't get through anywhere. Everything is just a tunnel. Like, it's its own tunnel. And so, and again, the maps are huge. So there's no really helping your teammates. There's no, like, getting a kill and then moving on to the next kill. Unless that thing is happening right in front of you, which is so many objects that it's generally not. And so I get it, and I know it sucks. It's just how I theorize the game to be played.
No, and like I'm really trying to adopt that like theory. It's just like such a different pacing from what I'm used to.
Yep. No, I
Like
feel
before
that.
I like started watching you, it's like play your life as hard as you can. Essentially, it's like you know I'm just running around doing what I do, just shooting people.
Yeah, like that challenge.
1v1s.
Yeah. That one looked like the old yeah. Just fuck it. You want to fight me? I'll fight you back, dog.
Yeah, I think sometimes I kind of get into that mode too, where I'm like, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna just do what I do, and I'll just start like fighting people.
Yeah.
It's really stupid, but.
No, inside of team fights, I love it. Like that's when you really show off like how good individually, how good mechanically you are. Right. Outside of team fights shows how willing you are to not die.
Right.
So like right there, that guy like yeah, he's trying to pull the flag, but like if he tries to live harder, maybe his team gets into like a good position. But now that he's died, his whole team is probably gonna end up dying with him. Like everyone just dies on their team because that first guy dies. Like they could have just waited for rockets, you know, ended up living longer, but no.
Enemy flag returned.
Wait, how did you die? I didn't look at that. Did you?
Rockets
yeah.
And we just got big, so I was like, I'll just go move.
Yeah, and
one guy was just sitting there. So.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you got the jump on Rocky guy. Oh yeah, he can trade you with rockets.
Yeah, I can't trade with rockets.
Yeah,
shit, but everybody can trade me. That's just how it is.
Yo, just live, Sapes. Just that's all I've ever told you. Just live. Okay.
Game is easy. Just
just live for it. Just.
For sure. That's funny.
Perfect.
So your teammates get kills. See, that's the thing. Like one teammate gets a kill, one teammate dies, and they both fought like their own 1v1. It's now you're in limbo. It's like I don't know what to do anymore.
Overshield inbound.
Oh, look at you. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, like I'm trying. Like, do I live? Do I do something? What do I do?
Yeah. But this is all super reasonable. Like this is solid play. You're constantly jiggling, constantly figuring out where you're at in the map in the game. Like you living here, just the game plays itself out, right?
Right.
Because your teammates your teammates were
reacting to what's going on. Like, me. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, like sometimes it'll be you that's shooting and getting a guy one shot for your teammate to go kill, and sometimes it's you. Like, but the whole point, like, if both of you focus on living, that guy didn't focus on living, and he just suicided.
Right, exactly. And it makes the game really easy for us because now we just have OB. Now we
and now you guys are just going. Please don't go in a tree here, you guys. Nope. Yep. Nope. Up. Corb's dying a little bit too easy, but you guys are trying to get to BR. Yeah, I mean that. You're kind of throwing. You're just. I mean. Oh, your teammate died here. That's what happened.
He died there, so I'm like,
okay.
Oh, shit.
Now it's like. Yeah, this kind of sucks for you now. It's like there's nothing to do anymore. Okay.
But, things happen.
Nothing for you to do, huh? Yeah, very reasonable, very fine.
Yeah, maybe like old me would have jumped out and tried to like kill the guy with a mangler and just like skill capped him, but I'm like, hey, maybe he doesn't push me. I'll just hide him.
Free kill, shit. Yeah. Hello, Sapes, are you there? Sapes.
What was I doing, dude? I don't know. Like.
Nah, this is when I start getting checked out. Like, there's 2 minutes. Like, it's been 2-0 for 6 minutes now, and you're just.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I got a free kill. Yeah, it's like, oh, I got a free kill. I mean, sure, like, whatever.
God, man. It just hurts to watch.
Yeah. No, it does. Yeah. All right, so here I said death zone and tree. Let's see if that pays off. Your teammate is their pillars, so that kind of negates the death zone. Like if you're able to get pillars, like it's kind of good to be in this area. But again, you're gonna have some trouble getting out. I like how you keep your shields there. Once your teammate dies, though, everything is gonna become awkward. You do get a trade. Yeah, and now you're just like, I don't know. Careful about using both of your grenades. So you have 2 grenades here. And you do throw a grenade, and then you're like, I don't mind this one, because you're just trying to get out. But I had to get on to someone else off stream about using both your grenades all the time.
Yeah. No, I get that, yeah. Like, grenades are pretty valuable source. Like, you don't want to just be throwing those out. Like,
this is all reasonable and whatever. Yep. Yeah, that's just like a weak push from your opponents. They're trying to go before they're all ready to go, and that you get trades, and once you get trades, they're just not gonna be able to pull the flag. I say that, but they have grapple, so maybe they're able to.
The enemy flag.
You are exposed.
And there's only 10 seconds left. You guys are big chillin'.
Yeah, I think at this point we're just like whatever. But,
Woo! You take a 1v1, you lose. You're looking like me. Just every day looking a little bit more like me.
My boy had that drop weapon down right to this battle. He was ready to go.
Yep. But yeah, very, very reasonable, very good ideas that you had.
Yeah, and against like the G2 phase team, like clearly whatever they did, like they were able to punish every one of those little mistakes, and like they actually just played it like how you're supposed to play it, and it just made us look so average.
Yep. Yeah, no, that'll happen, especially when the other team's just like better than you. It kind of sucks. Yeah. It's hard to look at it exactly what you're going to be doing better, but the easiest thing to say is like cut out the bad deaths, and the other team looks a lot worse.
Right.
And so, like, even if that means like hiding for a second, even if it means playing slower than your opponents, and your opponents are going to have a bit of map control, like not being instantly dead will help everyone else come off spawn and stuff.
Okay, gotcha. Damn. That's a lot to go over.
No, it was good. There was a lot.
I feel like after last session, I'm just looking at my like 2 to 3 pages of notes, just like, okay, what do I look at first?
Yes. So like recapping, like the biggest thing is like when you're coming off spawn and you're in a losing situation, don't take long range battles. Don't take battles that you're just like, I know you don't feel like you're going to die, but it's just giving them the opportunity, and some like the better players are going to have that opportunity.
Okay.
So that's what we were looking at. We talked about a lot of death zones that I think that's like exactly where you're at, is like you're kind of recognizing some of them, but the quicker you recognize all of them, now that I've gone over them with you, like you'll be able to dodge them and not have those easy deaths or those bad trades.
Right. Like especially like now, I mean, like I recognize those. I think it's just like a timing thing. It's like, when do I like play to that like death zone, like play away from it, or like when do I do something to like push through it? Because like I feel like a lot of times like my teammates just want to do something, so it's like I can either play around the death zone, or I can just commit with my teammate and go try to do something.
Yeah,
I feel like that's how I feel like a lot of the time.
Yep. Like, and as you get better, like you're gonna have to decide to go to better places. Like you're not gonna go through top mid on live fire together. Like even if your teammates are going through, it's like you're gonna be like, I'm not following you.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta work on recognize.
Yeah, no, if teammates are making bad plays, I let them go make bad plays. I'm not following them.
Okay, so I think I've heard like I used to play like Overwatch back in the day, and like that game is like all team based stuff. And
Yep.
I think I heard like a tip, and it was like, even if your teammate's making an awful play, just try to help them on the play.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't like sometimes but like also sometimes no.
Yeah, and that is definitely, I played Overwatch, so I get it. Like,
yeah, you
have to be a ball in that game. Because I think it's because of how the maps are laid out for the most part. There's not much room for creativity in that aspect. Like there's some plays that you can make on some characters, but like in Halo, all the maps are like, they're so big and wide, and so like, and
it's not like I'm not trying to like say the two are like the same. I'm just
I get it. It's
I'm just trying to think
good
about
reference.
Like, team play, like in Halo Infinite is like such a team based like game that like I do find that like sometimes when I take like old tips that I've learned and just apply to this game, it's like, hey, that kind of works. Oh. It's because it works in like all FPS games.
No, absolutely, man. Like I play so many games, and the ability to take things from one game and apply it to this one is underrated, honestly.
I do think it kind of like broadens your horizons a little bit and makes you think about stuff that maybe you wouldn't have thought about previously.
Absolutely.
So like I understand what like fight timing is. I just got to get better at it at this game.
Yep.
I guess it's just like it's hard, man. It's hard. That's all I gotta say.
No, for sure. One of my favorite ones to bring up is the game Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I don't know if you played that one yet. is it's a bomb defusal game where your teammate or teammates have the instructions and you have a bomb and you have to describe what's going on with the bomb.
Yeah.
And so being able to beat that game, especially like if you're playing with Halo teammates, being able to beat that and like being able to is teaching you how to communicate it like effectively. Like between what's important, what's not important, what you have to do slowly or quickly, like there's a big difference between how you're going to talk to them. And being able to bring that into Halo, like I mean, it's such a different game, but it ends up helping in this game too.
I know what you're talking about. It's just like because I've played like just about every FPS that's like come out, and it's just taking that knowledge that I've previously learned. Like a lot of that stuff transfers, not all of it, but like I don't know. It's just cool, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah.
Any more questions before we head out?
No.
Yeah, I mean it was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot, but I think I'm just gonna focus on like the overarching theme there that we like talked about at the end. Just see what happens.
All right, sounds good, man. This is a lot of fun as always, man.
Yeah.
And thanks
Thank you so much, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out in the chat and winning the giveaway. Congrats.
Yeah, if you want to do another one, I'll win that one too.
Oh, yeah, you will. Of course you will.
All right.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, later, Ryan.